Good evening. My name is John Shea, and it is my honor to serve as the Faculty Marshal for today's ceremony. I would like to welcome each of you to the Lake-Sumter State College Commencement Ceremony. It is with great honor and pride that I hereby declare this 66th Commencement Ceremony open. On behalf of the faculty, I would like to offer heartfelt congratulations to each graduating student. We are all proud of your accomplishments. I would like to introduce tonight's national anthem singer. April Figueroa is a Lake-Sumter student studying health sciences and plans to transfer to nursing. She has a passion for patient care and has plans to continue her education with advanced degrees in nursing. April is from Mascot and graduated from South Lake High School. I ask now that you stand, if you are able, for the national anthem, and please remain standing for the invocation immediately following.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing and join me in the invocation. I offer today's invocation in recognition of the many paths through which our students, faculty, staff, and guests find meaning in life. God, I come before you today to honor and lift up your name. I thank you for all you are and all you have done to bring us to this place today. I thank you especially for our students' strength and perseverance. We are so proud of them, and we honor their accomplishments. May they know and fully experience the love and the support of those around them. May the knowledge of our students become wisdom. May the skills they have learned open doors of opportunity. May they become a person of influence in their family, community, and in this world. May they be guided with intelligence and kindness as inspired thinkers. May their quest for learning continue and inspire others to do the same. May they always be willing to search for truth and willing to stand for what is right. May the insights they have gained here enable them to extend grace and compassion to others always. Amen. You may be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Bird. Good evening and welcome, everyone. My name is Dr. Heather Bigard, and it is truly an honor and privilege to serve as president of this wonderful college. Welcome, family, friends, trustees, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, and most importantly, you, our students, to the 66th Commencement Ceremony of Lake-Sumter State College. On behalf of everyone at the college, we're excited to be celebrating you today. Students, today you join over 121,000 students who will graduate from one of the 28 great colleges across the Florida college system this year. Each of you made a personal commitment and sacrifice to completing a rigorous program at the college regarded as among the best in Florida. Students, your hard work has culminated in this celebration in your honor. We are proud of your hard work, perseverance, and commitment to learning that will improve your lives and the lives around you in our community. Graduates, today marks a significant milestone in your lives. As you begin this new journey, please join me in thanking an important group of people, your family, friends, and loved ones who stood by you and who join you in celebrating this evening. Those are also guests of honor of ours. Let's give them a round of applause. We also have many veterans, active, reserve, and guard personnel, along with military family members in attendance today. Please stand so that you may be recognized. On behalf of Lake-Sumter State College, we truly thank you for your service to our country. We would also like to recognize the following special guests who are present with us this evening. Please stand when your name is called and remain standing. State Senator Dennis Baxley. State Representative Keith Trunow. State Representative Taylor Yarkowski. Mr. Michael Holland, Mayor of Houston. And the family of our featured speaker, Mr. Abel Beery. If there are any other special guests or elected officials whom I've not mentioned, please stand to be recognized. I would now like to introduce the platform party seated behind me. Please hold your applause until all are introduced. John Shea, Associate Professor and Faculty Marshal. Brett Jones, Chairman of our District Board of Trustees. David Hidalgo, Member of our District Board of Trustees. Emily Lee, Member of our District Board of Trustees. Lori Davis, President of the Lake-Sumter State College Foundation. Dr. Laura Bird, Senior Vice President of Institutional Advancement and Executive Director of the LSSC Foundation, whom also has the longest title on the list. Christy Harris, Vice President of Finance and Chief Financial Officer. Karen Hogans, Vice President of Academic Affairs. Nick Kemp, Vice President of Technology Innovation and Chief Information Officer. Tom Kieft, Vice President of Facilities Planning and Operations. Dr. Joseph Muse, Vice President of Enrollment and Student Affairs. And Abel Beery, CEO of Advent Health Waterman and today's commencement speaker. And Ivan Javier Marcial Rodriguez, today's student speaker. Let's give them all a round of applause. Our dedicated faculty facilitate learning for our students and create dynamic learning environments that support student learning and growth. Our faculty are committed to their academic disciplines, to excellence and innovation in teaching, and to serving the unique needs of our students. At this time, I ask the members of our Lake-Sumter State College faculty to stand so that we may recognize and honor your work. Alongside the faculty are the college staff who work tirelessly to help our students navigate the college experience, develop career and professional skills, and successfully complete their academic programs. Our staff are deeply invested in the success of each of you. Will the members of the Lake-Sumter State College staff please stand and be recognized? If you haven't been able to tell yet, students, this is a really proud evening for all of our faculty and staff as we celebrate you, so please take that to heart. Now I would like to recognize another important group of individuals, those who support you in a financial way. Our students, including many of those in front of me, receive valuable scholarship support from the LSSC Foundation. Thanks to the support of generous donors at the LSSC Foundation, we have awarded over $1 million in student scholarships this year. If you are a donor to the LSSC Foundation, please proudly stand and recognize so that we can also appreciate your generosity and support. Thank you. It is now my honor to introduce Mr. Brett Jones, the chair of the Lake-Sumter State College District Board of Trustees. Mr. Jones is a Claremont native and graduated from South Lake High School. He can recall visiting Lake-Sumter for academic field trips while growing up in the public school system, and truly believes that this college is an important part of the fabric of our community. He earned his Juris Doctor from the University of Florida Levin School of Law. He now owns a law practice in Claremont that focuses on business law, real estate law, and estate planning. He's also been twice nominated as one of Central Florida's most influential businessmen by the Orlando Business Journal. I invite Mr. Jones for his welcome on behalf of the District Board of Trustees.
Good evening, class of 2022. On behalf of my fellow members of the District Board of Trustees, I'm excited to be one of the first to congratulate you on achieving your degree here at Lake-Sumter State College. This is certainly an exciting time to be part of Lake-Sumter State College, the family, so to speak. Our mission is ambitious. Anyone who lives in our area can tell you that we provide you with high-quality education that prepares you for the next steps in life. You have heard it before, and it's true. Employers are looking for skilled and well-educated employees like each of you. The skills that you have learned here will become valuable assets as you begin your career. The challenge for you today is to leave ready to follow your passion and make an impact. Today it's your turn to go out and make a difference. Thank you and congratulations. Now I introduce David Hidalgo, another member of the District Board of Trustees. He's going to introduce our commencement speaker tonight. David is a certified registered nurse anesthetist since 2004 and has provided nurse anesthesia in the Central Florida area since 2006. He's a passionate advocate for students pursuing their career goals, particularly in healthcare. He serves on the board of directors for the Florida Association of Nurse Anesthesiology and is a member of the District Board of Trustees. He proudly serves as the chair of the Strategic Planning Committee, and we appreciate you for that. We are proud to have David on the college's board and to be part of the Lake Hawk community. I now invite Mr. David Hidalgo to come speak to you.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Congratulations, graduates, and may I extend a welcome to our guests both here and on live stream. My entire adult life has been in the field of healthcare, and I'm excited and honored to introduce such an extremely accomplished leader as our Fall 2022 commencement speaker. He is a champion for the continued partnership between Advent Health Waterman and Lake-Sumter State College. Abel Beery joined Waterman Hospital as President and Chief Executive Officer in May 2017. Since then, his role has expanded to serve as Market CEO of North Lake and South Sumter counties. With nearly 3 decades of healthcare experience, 22 of those years in leadership and executive positions, he brings a rich and diverse experience to his current role. He began his healthcare career in 1994 in Southwest Michigan and joined Advent Health in 1996, when I am sure he discovered our Florida winters. In 2001, he joined the leadership team as Director of Business Development for Advent Health for Women and Children's Hospital and Director of Operations for Advent Health Orlando, serving in a dual capacity. In 2006, he was instrumental in the development of Advent Health's digestive health service line and became its director. Among his accomplishments is the development of the renowned Center for Interventional Endoscopy, which currently stands as one of the most comprehensive institutes for the diagnosis and treatment of complex GI diseases in the United States. His scope of responsibility also included oversight of an outpatient surgery center, a kidney stone center, pain management center, and infusion center. In 2011, he was promoted to assistant vice president, leading a heart, lung, kidney, liver, and pancreas transplant program at Orlando Health Orlando. There is more. In 2013, Beery joined Advent Health Waterman as Chief Operating Officer, where he is instrumental in campus master planning and casting the vision for expanding services to meet the needs of a growing North Lake County community. He was then selected to be the Chief Operating Officer for Advent Health Orlando, the flagship of the system, where he provided executive oversight over core operations. Thankfully, in 2017, Beery returned to Waterman as President and Chief Executive Officer. His accomplishments in this role include a new patient tower comprised of a state-of-the-art inpatient rehabilitation facility, a women's and children's center, and a 58-bed emergency department, including Lake County's first children's emergency department. He also worked to enhance many programs, including extracorporeal membrane oxygenation, or ECMO, the first and only advanced life support system in Lake County, transcatheter aortic valve replacement, or TAVR, and most recently, orthopedic spine surgery. Under his leadership, Advent Health Waterman also brought the first Da Vinci surgical robot in our community. In addition, Beery played an instrumental role in the development of the patient-centric medical plaza located in Mount Dora to improve access for primary care, focused on patient convenience. When I asked Abel the best part of his job, without hesitation, he said he loves his hospital team of caregivers and considers serving them to be his greatest source of work satisfaction. Well said. Mr. Beery and his loving wife, Vasti, have been married for 25 years and have 2 sons, David and Jonathan. Thank you for lending a small amount of your father and husband's time this evening so we can learn from his lifetime of knowledge. He loves reading and enjoys mountain biking. The Beery family travels extensively and are devoted fans of Football Club Barcelona. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished Fall 2022 Lake-Sumter State College Commencement Speaker, Abel Beery.
Thank you, David, for that introduction. I see myself as 25, and I hear that, and I go, nope, I am not 25. It is a pleasure to be here. Dr. Bogard, Lake-Sumter State College faculty and staff, parents, family, friends, elected officials present here today, but above all, the graduating class of 2022. It is truly a privilege to be here and to be your keynote speaker. It is Friday night. You are about to graduate. I recognize I stand between you and a party somewhere, so this is going to be brief. Graduation speeches tend to be motivational in nature. I must say that that is neither my thing nor am I really enticed by that kind of speech. However, I would share Zig Ziglar, those of you who know he's a famous motivational speaker, once said, people often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why I recommend it daily. So I agree with Zig Ziglar on just half of that. We'll keep the showers, but we'll do away with the motivational speaker. So what I'm going to do this evening is share with you 5 things that I hope would challenge you, would cause you to process and think about your direction going forward. Here they are. Number 1, be clear about your purpose. We often conflate choice and purpose. They are 2 distinct things. Simply described, choice might be what you picked on the menu. Purpose is why you went to eat. Sometimes because we choose a field of study or work, we assume that we have naturally entered that sacred space of our life's purpose. Fortunately, that is not always the case. This might feel like an odd message to deliver to a group of people that are about to graduate with a specific degree, but it's not. Understand that your purpose might evolve over time, depending on new aspirations or major life-changing events. The point is not that you must have this figured out this very minute, rather that you make it a point to discover what it is, commit your life and yourself to relentless pursuit and living it fully. Those of us much older than you can tell you that superficial motives disguised as a purpose will not fuel the passion needed to keep you engaged in a lifetime of work. Perhaps you are one of the lucky few who knew at an early age what you wanted to do, what you wanted to be. You are, in fact, one of the lucky few. Be grateful. Most of us discover that over time. There is joy in the discovery process, for sure. By changing jobs, by trial and error, even by going back to school for different expertise. Again, my challenge to you isn't that you have to be clear on your purpose this very minute, but that rather I encourage you to invest the time needed to identify it, cultivate it, and not settle. Ask yourself some interesting questions that will take you on a journey. Do you love your chosen field? Because if you do, you will find passion there. Do you think you'll be good at it? Because if you think you are, you'll find mission there. Does the world need the skills you've been cultivating? If so, you will find vocation. That is what I mean by struggling with these questions. There are far too many people today that are tolerating life instead of living it. And that is because the true inner self knows that their life purpose is out of sync with who they are. Please do not misunderstand what I'm saying. This is not one of those follow your passion to the poorhouse challenge. This is find the right balance challenge. Making a living is important, but if monetary reasons alone become central to your choice of a career, I encourage you to think that over. Whatever amount of money you want today, I promise you it will not be enough tomorrow. You will always want more because no amount of money will fill that void that can only be filled with a purposeful life. So if all else fails, remember this. There is no such thing as finding purpose in service to oneself. Purpose only comes in service to others, in service to your community. Number two, skills and knowledge are no substitute for kindness. Just had a side conversation with one of our elected officials about this. Lake-Sumter has fulfilled its obligation to you by preparing you in this field of your choosing. This graduation event in and of itself is an affirmation that you have met the standards required to pursue a line of work. However, once in the workplace, you will quickly find that people you serve, your patients, your clients, your customers, your constituents, are less concerned with the skills you bring by itself, but if you see them for who they are, as individuals, are unique persons. They want to know if you care about them and not just the problem you are there to solve. To be sure, they want your expertise. That's why they came to you to start with. But for better or worse, we have become a society where each individual demands to be recognized for the unique person that they are. Therefore, they are just not concerned with the ability or your ability to deliver on that promise of professional skill, but how much of your heart you invest in them. For many young people, their arrival in the workplace is often followed by a rude awakening. You arrive at the workplace believing your superior technical abilities are as amazing to you as they would be to your consumers, and you find out, not really. They really, really want you to know who they are. They really want to know that they are special to you. Let me give you an analogy. By show of hands, how many of you have been on an airplane? All of you should. By the way, this is the seaplane capital of the world. So how many of you knew that? Okay, all right. How many of you have been on a plane? A lot of you have raised your hands. Let me ask you this. Before you boarded that aircraft, how many of you actually stopped and asked to see the service records of that aircraft to ensure that it is flight ready? No, you didn't. How about this? How many of you asked to see if the pilot has the requisite training to fly the aircraft you're about to get on? You have not. Neither have I. However, you, me, and our loved ones get on an airplane, fly up 35,000 feet up in the air, 500 miles an hour, and we don't bat an eye. But if they don't give us our peanuts, right? If they don't give you the peanuts. Why is that important? We don't concern ourselves with the mechanics and physics of flight. We don't concern ourselves with pilot training. Why? Because it is the airline's job to ensure that we fly safely and arrive timely. It is their job to do that. I can't tell you how a plane glides in the air, but if a reservation process doesn't work well, I can judge that. You can judge that. I don't know anything about the incredible simulators that pilots spend hundreds of hours training. But if I need help putting my luggage in the overhead compartment because I have a broken arm or I need a wheelchair to go down the planeway, and they don't provide that, you and I can judge that. It doesn't matter to me that the aircraft is amazing. It's fitted with the latest technology and the pilot finished top of his class or her class. Whatever your field of expertise, don't ever make the mistake that your skills and education are enough. Let me bring this point home to you. Imagine at the end of that flight, it was terrible. They didn't take care of you in the way you thought you should. And you know how the pilot and the crew aggregate at the exit of the plane and they go, "Thank you for flying with us." And you go, "Hey, this really was a terrible flight." And the pilot looks you in the eye and says, "Well, we got you here alive, didn't we?" How would that go down? This is the point I'm trying to connect. The pilot measures success with his or her skill to safely navigate and land the plane. You and I judge our experience and how well we were treated on that same flight. Those two are different measuring sticks. This, by the way, has never been more important than it is in healthcare, in the field and in the industry that I'm part of. So those of you that are in it, please listen to me. Your exceptional skills mean very little if we lack empathy, compassion, and are not equally focused on the preservation of the dignity of every patient. If you are in healthcare, guard your heart. Guard yourself against the callousness that can form over time. because that will lead you to what I call the healthcare giver's arrogance, which goes like the pilot. I've saved your life, what more do you want from me? Or I'm saving your life, what more do you want from me? If we're going to build a kinder, gentler world, there is no room for the competent, clinically gifted jerk. Be kind. Be kind. Be smart. But always be kind. Number 3, be a lifelong learner. Be curious about the world around you. God has given you vast capabilities and mental dexterity that if you exercise it, you can bring the full benefit of your intellect to make this a better world. Knowledge is not static. We are generating inordinate amounts of it daily. There are somewhere around 30,000 scientific journals in the world today, publishing about 2 million journals annually, articles annually. Arguably, this massive amount of information isn't always relevant to every specific field you might be, but there are gold mines buried in there that if you dig for them, you can make an impact anywhere you are. But here's the key. You can't discover something unless you're looking. And you won't be looking unless you're curious, and you're not going to be curious unless you have developed the love for learning. Don't let your graduation be the end of your learning. Read. 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 Number 4, reconcile science with your faith. It is unfortunate that one of the sad tragedies of our time is the idea that science and faith are at war with one another. They are not. That accepting one must somehow come at the expense of rejecting the validity of the other. By the way, in the scope of history, this is a recent phenomenon. I categorically reject that notion, and I sincerely hope that you do as well. At the very least, science and faith are complementary and at their best, both necessary. Science is observable, quantifiable, duplicable, and the predictive nature allows us to solve problems, to build things, to make things efficient, safe, add economic value, and find unique solutions to this world's many problems. It is not necessary to disparage one's faith in order to give value to science. The field of science has brought society immeasurable benefits, has cured diseases, reduced poverty, lowered infant mortality, increased quality and longevity of life, has moved us from subsistence living to thriving in all parts of the world. Scientific discoveries continue to propel humanity forward, and I believe you, the next generation, is poised to make some amazing discoveries that will take us to the next level of human progression. And yet, science is neither a substitute for your faith nor a source of conflict with your God. Know the difference. The God you believe in must remain big, too big to fit in a laboratory and too complex to be reduced to a formula. In my humble opinion, faith is what gives life meaning, not necessarily scientific discoveries. When faith is inappropriately introduced into the realm of science, that is when we reduce its ability to give us meaning. And that is also where we shortchange its impact. Take care not to make your God too small. Take care not to diminish both by subscribing to a narrative that forces a false choice and hierarchy between your faith and science, when there's no need to do so. Number 5, humanity first, humanity last. The mission statement of my organization says, our mission is to extend the healing ministry of Christ. It is a lofty mission, and we strive daily to fulfill that. Sometimes we come short, but on the balance, I think we are directionally correct. What I find most appealing, however, is that there are no qualifiers in this mission statement. It doesn't say to extend the healing ministry of Christ if you are young, old, black, white, insured, uninsured, native, immigrant, straight, gay, tall, short, male, female. It has no requirements. Our mission simply calls us to extend the healing hand to those who come to our doors needing our help. It is their need for our compassion that must drive us, not their identity. When it comes to serving people, there are no qualifiers. There's humanity first and humanity last. This is my last challenge to you. We are a divided society along so many meaningless and utterly foolish segments. There are whole industries designed to stoke anger, division, and conflict among us. Sadly, they have succeeded more than they should. They have amplified the worst in us and amped up our fears to a point where we no longer can hear or see each other's humanity. The unrelenting onslaught of social and traditional media have robbed us of our empathy towards one another. If the world is going to change, it is because you took the next steps. Next generation of leaders, to be more precise, you. You're going to make this a better world, hopefully a better one than the one my generation is giving you. You need to resist the gravitational pull towards more division, incivility, self-centeredness, and an us versus them mindset. These behaviors, like an empty calorie-dense junk food, may feel good for the moment, but will continue to pull us apart at the seams. The only way to reclaim going forward, the way to reclaim the high ground, is to live and serve your fellow man and woman without regard to who they are and where they come from. By virtue of your attainment of higher education, you are holding yourself to a higher standard. We are committing ourselves to a higher standard. If our education serves only to advance our self-interest, then we are not worthy of it. Education is noble. Education is amazing. It ought to make you and me better, our community stronger, our country exceptional, and finally make the world a better place. Humanity first, humanity last. Class of 2022, congratulations. God bless you. Thank you for having me.
That's all right, I apologize. How's this? All right, so they've given me a little lavalier because they know I like to walk around, but apparently I've either hit the button or my battery has died. So sometimes those things happen and you just have to roll along, right? We're just gonna roll along. Okay. Abel, thank you. You lead with passion and purpose, and most clearly from the love within your heart. You have shared with us a model of leadership and citizenship to which we can only aspire to achieve. Tonight, I would like to present you with a Lake-Hawk Leadership Award and officially induct you into our Lake-Hawk family and tell you how much we truly appreciate your partnership in helping all of our students in our healthcare fields have an opportunity to succeed, but also as a friend and colleague, how much I appreciate you.
Thank you again, Mr. Berry. My name is Nick Kemp, Vice President of Technology Innovation, and it is my honor to introduce today's student speaker. Ivan Javier Marcial Rodriguez is originally from Oaxaca, Mexico, and is a graduate of Leesburg High School. Tonight, he's earning his Associate of Arts degree from Lake-Sumter. Ivan has been busy during his time at the college and kept very involved. He was part of the Student Government Association, National Society for Leadership and Success, was a TEDx LSSC speaker, and has been preparing to get his pilot's license. Ivan, I hope you found time in there to take a nap. Ivan says he has always been fascinated with flying and touching the sky. In addition, he has a passion for engineering and enjoys the feeling of pride when seeing projects through to completion. For his next steps, Ivan plans to earn his pilot's license and pursue his bachelor's in engineering at UCF. Please join me in welcoming our student speaker for the class of 2022, Ivan Javier Marcial Rodriguez.
Thank you again, Mr. Kemp. Let me first say how much of an honor it is to be your commencement speaker for the evening. I can only assume I'm here today because they ran out of options as to who would be the commencement speaker for the ceremony. They just asked me backstage who would want to be the commencement speaker, and I was stretching, so I guess they took it as I was volunteering. I said, sure, I'll do it, but I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Whether you are earning a 2-year degree, a 4-year degree, or a certificate, most of you can relate to that phrase, I don't know what I'm doing. My life for a long time has been a series of I don't knows. When my mother took a chance and brought me to this country close to 18 years ago, she did not know how I would turn out. She and I did not speak the language, and because of the language barrier, school was difficult for me at the beginning. I was used to getting C's and D's and barely getting by in school. My mom, understandably, was concerned with my performance in school. She tells me now that at the time she did not know if I was going to make it through school. She was hoping and praying that something would point me in the right direction. See, education is valued so high where we are from because it is a ticket, a golden ticket, if you will, to begin a life with less struggles than the generation before you. I started to kick myself into high gear in high school and started getting good grades. I got myself noticed by some big universities. They even offered me scholarships. Unfortunately, I could not take them due to my immigration status. The paper said, needs to be a US citizen. And I said, that's it. I won't make it to college. I was in a single mother home, and we only had just enough to pay our bills and our essentials. How was I supposed to pay for college? Started to lose hope. And I got an email from one of the colleges I applied to in my year of searching for colleges that would accept me, Lake-Sumter State College. And the subject line said, Foundation Office. Shout out Dr. Bird. I did not know at that moment how much my life was about to change because of that email. They gave me a chance. I received my first scholarship to pay for my classes. I joined clubs like Student Government Association, STEM, and National Society for Leadership and Success. I became an ambassador for the college, then a staff assistant, and now an employee of the college. I felt like that very popular character from SpongeBob, Plankton, says, I don't know, I didn't think I'd get this far. I'd like to point out that my mother did not make it past middle school in her home country because at a very young age, she was given 2 options, to either put food on the table or to help or be out on the street. She brought me here so I would not have to make those life-altering decisions, so that I may break the cycle of poverty. I represent the many undocumented immigrants like myself who just want to do better for ourselves and the communities around us. Today, I am happy to tell you that I am the first person in my family tree to earn a degree at a higher education institution. This degree belongs to my mom as much as it belongs to me. Love you, Mom. I want to point out that all of us here today had a unique set of challenges. Some of us have struggled financially, mentally, physically. You may have had to miss certain important family events like Christmas, Thanksgiving, or 4th of July. Sacrifice time with friends, and most importantly, your sleep, just to make sure you got to this milestone. Some of you may ask still, was it all worth it? What if I still don't know what I'm doing? Mr. Beery says you should get your daily dose of motivation, so I'm going to do that for you right now. I want you to keep this in mind when those questions appear in your mind. That is, there is one guarantee in life, and that is that there are no guarantees. Take a chance on yourself, and you might find that you're going higher than you ever thought. If you didn't aim too high, then you aim too low. And even if you fail, remember that you made it higher than you initially expected. Remember that your path is as unique as your values and intentions. Lastly, remember to never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give everything you got. And even if you don't know what you are doing, it's okay. I don't know what your future is. But if you're willing to take the harder way, the more complicated way, the way with more failures at first than successes, the way that has ultimately proven to have more meaning, more victory, more glory, you will not regret it. I love you, I respect you. Press on with pride, press on with purpose. Thank you, LSSC. Thank you, class of 2022. Give yourself a round of applause.
Thank you, Ivan, for sharing your message with us today. Good evening, everyone. My name is Karen Hogans. I am the Vice President for Academic Affairs. Today it is my privilege to present this year's academic honors. Academic honors are calculated based on cumulative grade point average through August 2022. The digital commencement program includes a full listing of student academic honors, including those students who have earned those honors. Students graduating cum laude have earned a cumulative GPA of 3.40 to 3.59. Magna cum laude have earned a cumulative GPA of 3.60 to 3.79. Summa cum laude have earned a cumulative GPA of 3.80 to 4.0. Students earning these distinctions will be recognized as their name is called to cross the stage during this ceremony. Phi Theta Kappa is our International Honor Society for community colleges. If you're a member of Phi Theta Kappa, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. The Academic Excellence Awards are presented to students who have maintained a perfect 4.0 cumulative GPA through August 2022. This fall, we have 11 students who have earned this prestigious honor. As I call your name, please stand to be recognized and remain standing. Note that some recipients may be attending next week's ceremony in Claremont. Please hold your applause until all names have been called. Alejandra Echevarria, Shay Ellis, Luis Francisco Guevara, okay, maybe somebody's here, Nathan Harvey, woohoo, Nathan's here, okay, Kevin Kim Tapersad, Margaret Lejeune, Randy Wen, Arnold Ogario, Tyler Ortengren, we're almost there, Tessa Solano, Madison Veach, please come forward to receive your medallion. Join me in a round of applause to congratulate all academic excellence recipients.
Thank you, Ms. Hogans, and congratulations to those students receiving the Academic Excellence Awards. We are proud of your dedication to your education. My name is Dr. Joseph Muse, and I am proud to serve as the Vice President of Enrollment and Student Affairs at this great college. It is now my honor to introduce the selection of the 2022 Order of the Laycock. The Order of the Laycock is the most prestigious and significant honor that a student may receive at Lake-Sumter State College. This honor recognizes outstanding academic achievement, dedicated college involvement, and significant community service. Membership in the Order recognizes the very best of our student body and an enduring connection to Lake-Sumter State College. Graduating students participate in a rigorous selection. The process to join the Order of the Laycock, and up to 5 graduates may be selected from each graduating class. A full list of students who have been inducted into the Order of the Laycock can be found in your digital commencement booklet. This year, we had several finalists, and I am proud to share who was selected for induction into the Fall 2022 class, our 6th class of the Order of the Laycock. Please join me in congratulating Mr. Ivan Javier Marcial Rodriguez for his induction. Ivan, you represent the best of what it means to be a Laycock. Please come forward. Congratulations.
Have time to do some degree conferrals before you go to dinner? You can smile, you can relax. It's about time. It is the moment you've all been waiting for. Are you ready? Yeah? Okay. I'd like to ask Ms. Hogans, Vice President of Academic Affairs, to return to the podium for the formal presentation of candidates. Would the platform party please get ready as well? And would the candidates for graduation please rise?
President Bogard, I have the honor to present to you the graduating class of 2022. The faculty have determined that these candidates have fulfilled the requirements of their respective Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Applied Science, Associate in Arts, Associate in Science, Associate in Applied Science degrees, and related certificates, and are therefore qualified to have these degrees and certificates conferred at this time. Candidates, you may be seated. We shall now commence the roll call of candidates to receive their respective honors. I ask Dr. Nunez to call the candidates forward individually to receive their respective honors.
Will the first row of candidates please come forward to receive your degree? All other students may be seated until directed to come forward. Nikita Goodson. Rana Morin. Casey Nichols. Magna cum laude. Carrie Russell. Jose Ortiz Ocasio, cum laude. Andrea Champlin, summa cum laude. Ivan Javier Marcial Rodriguez. Anthony DeNicola. Jacob McCall, cum laude. Eli Whitney. Anthony Sable, magna cum laude. Shayla McIntyre. Allison Malden, summa cum laude. Kalia Norfleet. Lindsay Siegler, magna cum laude. Vivian Rush. Delaney Dion, cum laude. Dalton Norris. Angelos Drosos. Jenna Cadaret. Kayla Livingston. Angeline Morrill, cum laude. Jaden Fields, cum laude. Justin Comer. Mallory Post, summa cum laude. Garrett Berg. Claudia Berry. Krista Kidd. Alexandria Avila. Olivia Quezada. Veronica Perez. Nova Pham. Alexander Nambo Galindez. Nathan Harvey, summa cum laude. Latravius Tension, cum laude. Hannah Shreve. Serena Baker.
Okay. Will the candidates for graduation please rise once again? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Florida, the State Board of Education, and the District Board of Trustees of Lake-Sumter State College, I hereby confer upon each of you the appropriate degree or certificate for which you have been recommended, with all the rights, privileges, responsibilities, and obligations pertaining thereunto. Graduates, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left. Let me be the first to offer my warmest congratulations to each of you. This day signifies a new beginning for you and a very successful future ahead. In addition to earning the degrees and certificates conferred upon you today, you can now call yourselves alumni of Lake-Sumter State College, an honor you'll carry with you for a lifetime. Graduates, please face the audience. Members of the audience, it is my pleasure indeed to introduce you to the 66th graduating class of Lake-Sumter State College. Graduates, please be seated. Before we close the ceremony tonight, I want to leave you with some inspiration with the help of Mr. Steve Jobs. The people who are crazy enough to think they change the world are the ones that do. As you leave this room today and begin the next step in your journey, don't lose your commitment and drive to succeed. Your future is bright, and we need you to change the world. Take what you have learned at Lake-Sumter and don't be afraid to challenge yourself. Dream big, set ambitious goals, and stick to them. I know that each and every one of you is destined to do something great, and clearly you have the support all around you to be successful. Congratulations, graduates, and I speak for everyone in the room when I say it has been an honor and privilege to share this life-changing experience with you. And know that we're still with you, even though you may leave this gymnasium and go on to wonderful careers or additional degree opportunities. Everyone, please join me one last time in applauding for our graduates. Students and guests, you are invited to take photos in the lobby and in the Magnolia Room in this building after the ceremony. Members of the platform party, Swoop, our mascot, and many of your faculty and staff will be available to take photos and congratulate you. Please stop before leaving today. Oh, please stop by before leaving today so we can make sure. Students and guests, please remain in your seats until after the recessional has ended and wait for our volunteers to release you row or section. I now invite Mr. John Shea, our faculty marshal, to formally close the ceremony.
Congratulations, graduates. It is with great honor that I formally close this, the 66th Commencement Ceremony of Lake-Sumter State College. This concludes our ceremony. The audience is asked to please remain in your seats until after the recessional.